Is a new 50-year mortgage proposal a freedom card for you or actually a life sentence? I'm going to break down for you the pros and cons of a new 50-year mortgage that Donald Trump has proposed to be passed. How does it affect you? Have it make you money, save you money, and so much more? My real estate team's done $1.6 billion in transactions over the past few years. And I've seen every kind of situation in real estate, from doing a 15-year term to a 30-year term, and you will be shocked on how much more it's going to cost you to use a 50-year mortgage, and so much more. And say to the end that you're an investor or trying to build wealth, I'm going to kind of show you the pros as well, and I help you understand how to save more money or make more money when you're buying or selling homes with this new change that may be under effect. Hey, I'm Jordan Super. I'm one of the top agents in all of America, but especially here in Austin, Texas. If you need any help, down below, link in the description, the first comment, how to call me directly. I help you make or save extra 5 to 6 figures with our help. We've done this almost every single time for clients. But without further ado, let's hop into Donald Trump's new proposal of a 50-year mortgage. Now, a lot of people may be excited for this. It should open up opportunities for letting people get into homes that at one point in time was not a possibility. But I actually see more drawbacks than benefits depending on who you are. Now, there is a Dodd-Frank law that passed, an act actually, that passed a while ago for a 30-year mortgage. Means as long as you can have a mortgage for 30 years. Now, with this 50-year term, this could be a pro or a con. Now, I'm going to use real numbers though. 15 years, a 15-year term is 5.5% interest rates. A 30-year term is 6.22. So that means a 50-year term is probably like 7.1, 7.2. But let's do 7% to make it super easy. And not only did we see a big change with this 50-year mortgage, but we're also looking at this as well. So Fannie Mae also is doing away on the 16th of this month the minimum credit score of 620 to buy a house. So we have a few different factors right now really affecting the general public. But I want to use real math. So if I have a home, in our term, so highest to lowest, or lowest to highest, is 5.5, 15 years, $400,000 average price across America at 20% down. Here's like home insurance, property taxes. Obviously, these numbers can be varied from state to state, but for us, it's to do. So, for us to do a mortgage payment at a $400K property at 5.5 is $2.6K a month, and total mortgage is $470. Now, when it comes to property taxes, home insurance, other costs, we'll be paying around $625 in total in that 15-year period, and around $3.5K out of pocket. So having a 30-year term actually may be better. So let's go down even deeper. If I look at our loan amount at $320 or finance for $180, that means our total interest we're paying is $150. So this house costs us $470,000, not including our down payment, obviously, and $150 more to buy a house. Not too bad, depending on who you ask, obviously. But now let's do 6.2. Let's do 30 years, same exact math. I want you to keep in mind our total out of pocket for all the costs and our total interest rates. Now this number, our total out of pocket is $2.8K, so it is a savings. Having that 30-year term does help us save quite a bit of money, but out of pocket though, we're paying over $1 million for this property. From mortgage, which is down below, interest rate is 385, almost double the amount. Having this rate, we're paying $385K, we're having other costs, home insurance and so forth, 2.8. But now, this is when it gets super interesting. Let's do 50 years, Let's do 7%. Now keep in mind again, total out of pocket for PITI, and then total out of pocket for everything. Now, on a 50-year term, if it even shows us a 50-year term, there we go, is 2.8K per month. So it significantly, again, go back again, 2.9, 3K, actually 6.2. So 6.2, 2.8. So by having an extra 20 years, we're saving about $100 a month. Not a whole lot. Now, if you're an investor watching this, obviously it helps you, and of course, get more cash flow. It's extra $1,200 a year now in free cash flow. If you're doing commercial real estate, your NOI is increased. But for single family people buying homes for themselves and for their families, that $100 may make a difference, but it's not as nearly as large of a difference as opposed to the 15-year versus 30-year. But here is the big one. The big one is we're paying a total $835,000 more for this property over that 50-year term, as opposed to only $385,000 for 30 years. And kind of show you real quickly what that looks like. This home here is 5.5. Let's do 50 years. You can see how it looks. So why this happens is your interest takes so long to kick off being principal, is why we see a massive difference as opposed to a 15 or 30-year loan. Now, maybe with the law and this new change in act, they maybe actually will change how this affects the inflation rate. If that happens, it could be beneficial. But as of now, our current standings, it actually going to cost you way more than you would probably want to spend. Now, that being said, though, I will also add that luckily in real estate, home values normally double every 7 to 14 years. So if it's 50 years, let's just do 10 year on average, it's a 5x increase. Now, that means that same $400 property is now worth $2 million in the next 50 years. So I would say if we're paying a grand total of an additional $835K, and we're all in for 1.6, we're making $400,000 at the end of that 50-year term, which is nothing super significant for most people, but it does add in some kind of cushion for most Americans. Now, if we have a 6.2 30-year and it triples in value, so now it's worth $1.2 million, maybe $200K. So obviously it does help in that regard in terms of wealth growing for us. But what's nice about real estate is another thing too. You can pay off your mortgage sometimes it's twice as fast, so say in 7 years, but in double payments. So every single month, you make 2 payments, not this full amount, but one will go towards interest for half, and one will go towards your principal for the other half. And by doing that, you can save off 7, 10 years, and that alone, if you have a 23-year term, in this example, now it's 834. That means in 30 years still, if you hold it for that long, you just made now $400,000. So it's really easy to get into this point where you actually are making a mass amount of money thanks to this asset. But I do think the savings in total of having a 50-year loan to 30-year loan probably not worth it for most people. But I'm curious, what do you think is the biggest benefit or con to a 50-year mortgage? Down below, let me know in the comment section. Love to see your thoughts and feedback. And of course, if you need any help with buying or selling, down below, link in the description. The first comment from me, how to call me directly, no obligation, but I want to help you as much as I can save or make an extra 5 to 6 figures when buying or selling your next property. And of course, like below, subscribe, tag your friends. I'll see you at the top. Thanks for watching. Have the best day yet.